Okay, so in continuation with the update here, this begins tomorrow, and the curfew is going to begin at midnight every night, beginning tomorrow from midnight to 5 a.m. So it's not at 10 p.m. anymore, it's at midnight, and this to give the bars and nightclubs and whatever a little more breathing room so the workers and everybody can make their money in whatever restaurants, all the businesses associated with that nightlife situation, and that there will be no more pico y cédula here in this department of Antioquia. I don't know about Bogota, Cali, whatever. I'm just reading the news about this area here. Antioquia, Medellín is part of Antioquia, Rio Negro is part of Antioquia, Guatapé is part of Antioquia, Envigado, Sabaneta are part of Antioquia. So this is this, and that there's going to be no more pico y cédula until May 31st, until they analyze more in terms of how the COVID-19 cases are behaving, if there's a spike or if it's going down. Even though today, Monday, May 24th, they said in the department here of Antioquia, 2,200 cases were reported today. And that's up from last week where the daily thing was between 1,000 to 1,500 cases. So today's news is generating some worry amongst people, because that means the ICUs are going up again in terms of ICU occupation levels and all of that. And so basically this weekend there's not going to be any tourism restriction. People can go out and do their tourism to the small towns like Guatapé, as you have seen on my channel here and everything. And what else can I tell you? So no pico y cédula. That means we can go to the banks any day of the week. We don't have to wait for that ID number, the last digit number on our cédulas. For you foreigners who come here, it's not a problem. I'm a foreigner too, but I became a Colombian national back when I was 23 years old, because my parents are Colombian, so I had the right to do the paperwork and everything. But that's another story for another day. So this is the news that I can tell you right now, and they're just trying to help people because the situation is very dire with the protests. In terms of the protests here on the national level, the Committee for the National Strike Against the Government and everything said that they were having more protest marches today in Bogota, Medellín, Cali, tomorrow and Wednesday. And on Friday, I told you guys earlier today that Gustavo Petro called for a national commemoration protest, like the biggest ever in the history of Colombia, and he's stirring up a storm. So if some of you guys are thinking that things are going to calm down, I don't know what to tell you. I feel for the people, because Colombia has a lot of inequality, one of the biggest gaps between the rich, which are so few, and the poor, which are so many. And the poor people that are the poor are saying, hey man, we've been born into poverty generation behind generation, and we don't see any way out because we have no guarantees. Nobody's guaranteeing or giving us any possibility. So what are they doing? They're trying to go after or support those other guys, like this guy. He was part of the M19 group that took the Justice Palace in Bogota back in '86 and killed or whatever, a bunch of people, and then they held a lot of people hostage. That's another story for another day. I'm not going to get involved with that, but that's the story. Don't expect miracles to happen that quickly, but I would hope something good would happen. Take care.